We're going to march around the main city block, and we invite everyone to join us in that march today. Our government continues to make choices that keep people detained, particularly in those places of Manus and Nauru. And so today we bring focus to that cause for the release of those people so that they might be able to find life, much the same as we experience here in this place. A life of freedom and of hope. That's what we ask for these people today.
Today we walk to commemorate our 50th vigil and to honour the lives of 6 people who have died as a result of detention on Manus and Nauru. They are Reza Barati, the first to die, killed by his guards 3 years ago last Friday. Hamid Kazati died of a treatable infection. Omid Mosamali set himself alight. Rakib, difficult to find any information out about him at all. Hamid Hassan and Faisal Ishaq, who died on Christmas Eve from a treatable heart condition that was neglected. He died the day before our Prime Minister said Australia has a compassionate refugee policy. These are young people. They came to Australia seeking security, safety, compassion. They wanted to rebuild their lives. In fact, chances are you won't know how many people have died since 2010 in all of our detention centres. The answer, 34. There are 45 children in detention on Nauru. They don't go to school. Not since the government closed the Save the Children school in the camp. It is an absolute disgrace that any child be in detention. These children, women and men came to Australia seeking safety and freedom. Bring them here. It will cost less. It will be humane. It will be compassionate. And it is the right thing to do.
In countries of crisis and conflict, it's not just civil unrest, it's war, terrorism, cities under siege. Can you imagine Lismore flattened, nothing between here and Casino, armed bandits looting, hostage taking, kidnapping, forced military service, constant harassment, violence, exclusion of people, minorities on the basis of their religion, their culture, their politics, their ethnicity. Breakdown of effective government. We might complain about the council, but listen, this is serious stuff. Repressive martial law, lack of transparency, corruption. In governance, services and infrastructure, human services are severely curtailed. Hospitals, schools, markets, shops, transport, electricity, water. Think about these things, what they mean to us on a daily basis. Even petrol, communications, burials and cemeteries. In winter, lacking stoves, heating, bedding, lack of employment, denial of access for humanitarian aid and organisations, breakdown of law and order. Now, the human cost. And I want to say, it is mostly women and children, aged and frail people. There are others, of course, but we're talking about widespread fear. What will happen in this disruption?
Talking about the chances of you having a passport or the paperwork necessary to be able to apply to get on a plane don't exist. And so you are left trapped, and the only opportunity is to either sit in a refugee camp somewhere, potentially forever, or get on a boat and hope you make it to Australia. And now we stick them on an island and leave them to hope for nothing in the future. That's not really what I wanted to say. What I really wanted to say is we've got a refugee problem now, and it's one of the biggest ever in the world, apart from the movement of people after World War II. And what I see is that the current refugee crisis that's happening throughout the world is a tipping point. I don't know how many of you have read the book back in the 70s of the limits to growth. But I think, myself, I think we're reaching that point where the system is starting to collapse. It's starting to collapse socially, it's starting to collapse economically, and it's being expressed in such things as Trump, Hanson, Brexit, where people are sick to death and don't trust the systems that we're supposed to live under.
Or internally displaced people who cannot return to their home because of the way things are in their places of origin. And for Australia to play its part in that, I think we do need to do a much better job of those that we have chalked off somewhere else, because we certainly have a responsibility there. For the last 13 years, Sanctuary Northern Rivers has been involved in this process of helping people to resettle here in Lismore and on the Northern Rivers. And most of us who know that story, and I'm looking around the group thinking there's lots of people here who know that story, know how good it is. We've seen many African families come here and how they contributed so remarkably to this town and to this region already. On Sunday I was privileged to go with a group of others to a little place 40 minutes west of Tenterfield called Mingoola and meet up with 3 African families who have resettled there, and you might have seen a bit about that on ABC TV. So I'd like to welcome Michael Douglas to come and speak now. Michael is the President of Sanctuary Northern Rivers. Thank you, Michael.
I've just come from a lovely young African family this morning who've been in the country about 8 or 9 months, and just reminds me again of the joy that they have in being in a position of safety, in a place where they can feel free, a place where they can wander without looking over their shoulder, wondering what's ahead of them. That sense of future and expectation that their children come and the joy that they bring with them. It reminds me of why we do the work we do and why we're here this morning to voice the voice that we have. And we do have a voice. Can I hear your voice? Can we have more voice? And why are we here? We are here because we are concerned. We're here because we love. Because we wish to spread that love and share that love. The love is shared by those people in the camps. There are many people in this group this morning who have a strong connection, a personal connection with people in the camps, people in Nauru and Manus. I know that, and I know the driven factor of that. That same love needs to be heard in the halls of Canberra. Can we hear that voice of love in Canberra? How do we express that? Keep on speaking as you can. Keep on marching. We can't fall silent, and the ears that seem deaf at the moment can't remain deaf if we keep on speaking. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for all your advocacy. It's worth every moment of it, and for those people in the camps, it means enormous amounts to them. Thank you.
So, John, did you